That is just 2 turkey tenderloins that I placed on my sheet pan. I have some olive oil. Just gonna drizzle that right on top. I have my homemade Italian seasoning. I'm gonna sprinkle that on. You can use store-bought also, or I'd be happy to share that recipe with you if you'd like it. I have some paprika. I'm gonna sprinkle that right on top. You definitely can adjust the seasonings to what you like, but this is my favorite things actually to put on any poultry. Couple last things. I have some salt and some pepper. Okay, our turkey tenderloin is seasoned. I'm just gonna use my brush and just kind of spread that seasoning around. This is gonna be a delicious dinner for 2, Thanksgiving dinner for 2. And I love making this. Okay, I'm just gonna turn that over so we get everything seasoned. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I've got that olive oil, just gonna drizzle that on. That Italian seasoning. And this whole Thanksgiving meal is gonna be made on this sheet pan. Super easy. That paprika, sprinkling that on. Our salt and our pepper. And I'm gonna brush that again to make sure that I have that all seasoned. I have some sweet potato and some Brussels sprouts. And I am going to add them around our turkey breast. Just placing them in pretty much a single layer right around. These are my favorite vegetables to have with this, but you can definitely mix it up and use whatever you like. We've got that olive oil, and we're gonna do the same thing with this, just making sure we get a nice amount of that on our vegetables. Super easy. Okay, I think that's a good amount. Okay, for me, I love that paprika, so I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of that around on everything, but definitely adjust to your liking, or try what I like and see what you think. I also like some garlic powder, so we're gonna sprinkle that on next. As much or as little as you like. Okay, cayenne, just a tiny bit, not too much. Just to add a little bit of heat, that's it. Our salt. And make sure we get it on our Brussels sprouts and our pepper. And I'm just gonna toss that to make sure that we get that all coated with those seasonings. Super easy. Who doesn't love a sheet pan dish? Okay, we are almost done with this. Okay, for me, Thanksgiving is not complete without stuffing. So I have 1 egg. I have 1 green onion that I chopped. I'm gonna whisk that together before we add the rest of our ingredients. And can't forget the sage. So I've got about 1/4 teaspoon of sage, same amount of rosemary, and the same amount of thyme. That's our seasonings for our stuffing. I do have some fresh parsley. We're gonna add that in. I'm gonna stir that together. And my secret ingredient for stuffing for 2 is seasoned croutons. So we're gonna add that right in there, about 2 cups worth. And I've got 1/2 cup, I'm using chicken broth because that's what I have, but definitely feel free to use vegetable broth. Whatever you have is just fine. We're gonna stir all this together. This is gonna be the easiest stuffing ever. Definitely a secret that I'm happy to share with you, to use those croutons. I have 2 ramekins that I buttered, and I am going to divide our stuffing into both of them, just like that. I'm just gonna place them onto our ramekin because I told you this is a complete meal. One more thing for our complete Thanksgiving dinner for 2. We're gonna make an easy cranberry sauce. So I have some fresh cranberries and I have 1 orange that I juiced. And to that, I'm just gonna add a little bit of some cornstarch because we want our cranberry sauce to thicken up. So about a teaspoon worth. I'm gonna whisk that together and then add that to my cranberries. It's just an easy way to make a little cranberry sauce. And who doesn't like cranberry sauce with their turkey? I did zest some of the orange peel, so we're gonna add that in. One last thing to make sure it's nice and sweet. I have some maple syrup and I will drizzle some of that in. I'd like about a tablespoon's worth, so I think that is good. We're gonna stir that together. And this is gonna make such a nice sauce. All right, for our complete Thanksgiving meal for two, I am gonna bake this at 425 degrees. This is only gonna take about 35 to 45 minutes until our turkey is 165 degrees and our veggies are nice and tender. How easy is this? Thanksgiving dinner for two is done. And mine only took 35 minutes. The turkey is completely cooked. Everything looks great. Look at this cranberry sauce. Seriously, 35 minutes. And you've got this beautiful Thanksgiving dinner for two on a sheet pan. Okay, let's plate this up. All right, I think that looks beautiful. You know me, I love to garnish. So I'm just gonna add some parsley to our sweet potatoes. How beautiful is that? People are gonna think you worked all day, but no, not at all. Okay, I hope you make this. All right, I'm just gonna cut a piece. Oh my gosh, how tender is that? Oh, yes. Okay. Our turkey in 35 minutes. Gotta have some cranberry sauce. Dinner for two, Thanksgiving, 35 minutes. Okay. Seriously, one of the best turkeys I've ever ate. Okay, you've got to do this. Everything is perfect. Oh yeah. Let me know if you make it. Yum.